Hi, this is Alexandria Narado with officially KMUSIC, and you're tuning into our exclusive interview with CIFIKA, our indie artist performing at South by Southwest for Korea Spotlight.
Hi, I'm CIFIKA.
So we're going to go right into it, and we're going to start with the first question. So for any viewers here in America that haven't heard your music yet or are starting to just now, how would you describe your music to them?
Very hard to actually describe my music unless you actually listen to it, because I don't really tie myself into K-pop or electronic or alternative or any other genre. So, but I could say I have a character of psychedelic and a little bit of electronic, and I think my sound ties really well with future.
So how did you conceptualize that sound? What has changed with your style since you started?
It was more of an experimental of my vocal, and I found a lot of flaws and mistakes when performing. So the whole vocal style changed, which became more strong and more solid. And if you listen to it, like I changed the pitch range to a little bit lower so that I could have more power into it when I sing.
You're about to embark on the longest US tour ever made by a Korean artist. What are you most nervous or excited about to be on the road for this?
I'm nervous about our staff's relationship. That's the most concern that I have.
Have you guys traveled together before?
No, it's our very first time, and then everyone has a different personalities, and then everyone's here for me, so I want them to be happy, like get along with each other all the time, but it's not gonna happen, you know? Like at one point they're gonna have like conflict, they're not gonna like their other person's lifestyle, so I'm worrying about like, you know, the overall relationship of our group.
So let's talk a little bit about one of your most recent tracks, Momo. What was your creative process in this, and how was it to collaborate with your fellow artist?
I've always wanted to work with male vocal because they have different sex, which means different perspective on music. We shared a lot of, you know, personal stories and visions in music, and we kind of thought the same with when you actually die, like physically die, you have to let go your stuffs,
Materialistic.
Yeah, that you can't take with you.
Did you feel like you learned anything specifically from working with him?
I learned about time managing because it took me 1 year to actually finish the whole song. Me and Hyuk and Muchula all together. Us three produced it. So time management and, you know, acceptance of others' opinions as a collaborative artist.
So you'll be taking these skills with you to South by Southwest for your performance tomorrow. So what do you want your audience to take out of the experience of seeing you perform tomorrow at South by Southwest?
I want them to focus on my lyrics a little bit more than, you know, my instrumentals, because I talk a lot about stuff that people really should think about, like future, destiny, or Nirvana. So I want them to think themselves and find out their own way of living in art.
So as our final question to you, what is something that you want to be seen as? Like, what do you want your fans to envision when they see CIFIKA? Do you want them to specifically, like you were saying, think about your lyrics, or do you want them to think more about your beliefs and what you stand for as a person?
I want them not to think about me, but rather just my music. So that's why I like to wear transparent clothing, and I was in the transparent, you know, airball for my album art, because I wanted to be transparent for my audience to actually eliminate CIFIKA itself and focus on the music.
That sounds like a great concept and a great way of being an artist. I know a lot of artists care more about how other people see them, so it's good to know that there are artists out there that care more about what the fans see in this music that you're producing. But we want to thank you for coming out and for interviewing